Okay, back to part 2. Crimson Ceiling. Okay. Everyone, Starlight, Twilight, and Starlight shoot their magic energy blasts. 3 small shields form in front of Cinch, blocking the attacks. Then Cinch unleashes an enormous energy blast which causes the girls to shatter. Twilight lifts dozens of crystals at her, but all of them break upon impact, and Cinch remains unharmed. Abject does the same with the March Archer crystal, but with the same results. Verity is able to trap Cinch inside her shield, but an enormous burst of energy shatters the shield from the inside, causing everyone to fly back. Starlight gets up and fires some more arrows, but when they get close, they quickly turn into embers. Starlight intends to fire more, but when she reaches inside her quiver, she realizes that she is all out. Cinch creates a massive whip made of energy and swaps it down. Everyone gets out of the way as she does so. The whip is so powerful it rips a line through the grounds. Pinkie Pie gathers some sprinkles in her hand and throws them at Cinch. They explode, and as the dust clears, she remains unscathed. Rainbow Dash runs up a large mountain and jumps off it at Cinch, but she swings her arm across and knocks Dash away from her with great strength. Rainbow crashes, making a trail in the dirt as she slides down the courtyard. With a bright glow and a loud shriek of fury, Cinch unleashed devastating energy bolts and beams everywhere. Changelings and animals run around in search of safety, while the people still trapped inside the school are scared out of their minds. Some of the changelings fall down from the blast, missing them, while other changelings get hit by beams and frozen crystal. The girls get together, helping Rainbow Dash out, trying to fathom the state of their situation. Applejack, we gotta do something. Cinch has gone completely out of control. Sugarcoat, and how do you expect us to possibly do that? We've tried everything. Verity, as much as I hate to admit it, Sugarcoat may actually have a point. Rainbow Dash, but we can't just do nothing. Just destroying everything. Lemon says, but what? We've already tried working together. What more can we do? Applejack, I don't know. Meanwhile, Sunset, Twilight, and Starlight, set apart from the others, are trying to figure out how to stop Cinch's wild rampage. Twilight Sparkle, nothing is working. Need a new plan. Sunset Shimmer, okay, I got it. With our new magic boost, we may have a slight advantage. I think advantage is better. While they are talking, Starlight, who's behind the other two, is about to receive another magical boost from her device. But before she could, she takes one long look at a reactor, and Starlight has an epiphany, with a hint of worry. Twilight, you flank left and try to distract her, while me and Starlight are gonna... She gets interrupted when Starlight walks between them and ahead of them. Hey, Starlight, what are you doing? Starlight stops and turns around, looking at the girls with a sad expression on her face. Sorry, Glimmer. I'm sorry, girls. Sorry, blah blah blah. Twilight Sparkle. Sorry? For what? Just in an instant, Starlight blasts her 2 friends. They are pushed back and fall to the ground unconscious. Starlight then turns around with a serious expression and proceeds walking towards Cinch. She steps a slight distance from her. Sorry, Glimmer. Hey, witch! Or bitch. She catches the attention of Cinch and the other girls. Remember? It's just you and me. Cinch becomes furious to be facing her again. Pinkie Pie. Starlight, what are you doing? Cynical Step. Get out of there! Principal Cinch. You meddlesome child. You just couldn't leave well enough alone. This is my world. My vision. I threw away my humanity to make it real. Sorry, Glimmer. Then you should have let the rest of us out of it. Silent Starlight currently coming to. When Twilight opens her eyes, she is stunned to see the safety bar that is supposed to limit the flow of magic in Starlight's device is lying right next to her on the ground. Twilight grabs the bar and quickly gets up, realizing that Starlight has purposely removed it. Starlight prepares to use the device. Now it's time to end this once and for all. She uses the activation button. Twilight Sparkle, running and stopping a short distance. Starlight! No! She presses the activation switch, and the mini portal is made. Only this time, the magic gushes out from the device, not only the cables, but over the sides as well. As the magic rushes through Starlight, she releases a loud scream as the unstable energies course through her veins. Everyone is devastated what's happening, including Cinch. Starlight's arms and legs are starting to crack up as well, and just like Cinch, her cracked eyes and inside of her mouth are glowing. She struggles to handle all the pain until she finally gets the hang of it. Cinch is not completely surprised at this. She tries attacking, but in an instant, Starlight shoots first. Cinch goes down fast and hard. In mere moments, Starlight is already dragging her around, throwing her into things, throwing stuff at her, and bludgeoning her with great haste. Sometimes the magic blasts don't even come from her. Cinch has a moment to get away, managing to fall when she first tries to get up. But Starlight holds her down to the ground with magic. Starlight glimmer. You're not going anywhere, witch! The R spikes in her already raised hand. Crystal starts spraying on the ground, trying to cover Cinch, but she casts a shield, making the crystal stop. She tries to perform a teleportation spell, but it seems Starlight is disrupting it. Crystal Cinch. I can't teleport! She looks up at Starlight with fright as she stares down on her. Starlight then builds up a large amount of energy in her free hand. No! Starlight, please, don't do it! We can still make peace! We can work together! I'll give you whatever you want! Just name it! Starlight does not respond to Cinch's plea. Instead, she just changes into a depressed look. Starlight glimmer. There's nothing you have that I want. All I ever wanted was friends. She changed back to looking all serious. So take this! She fires an enormous blast at the unfortunate principal, but Cinch is able to create an energy shield right in front of her, blocking the attack. But Starlight keeps on putting everything she has into the ray, and Cinch struggles to hold the shield up. As they both yell with so much effort, the amount of power used in both spells are so great they inadvertently create a dome made of light with them in the center. Starlight is still on the defensive, and Cinch is still keeping up her defenses. As they keep going, small cracks are being formed on their bodies. While outside the field, the girls and the Changelings mob can do nothing but stare at the light dome and the silhouettes of two inside. Twilight sparkle. I can't take this anymore! She runs toward the dome. Starlight! She gets close to it. She gets blown backwards by it. The rest of the girls. Twilight! The girls, Flash Sentry, Spike, the Changing Brothers, Mrs. Smooth, and Discord all come together and help tie it up. Pinkie Pie. Are you okay, Twilight? Sunset Shimmer. Starlight! Please, you have to stop. Starlight! Starlight makes no reaction. I don't think she can hear us. Flash Sentry. What is going on? Twilight Sparkle. Starlight removed the safety bar from her device. Now the amount of magic drawing from her is not overflowing. Her body can't take this much power. She won't stop until she has destroyed Cinch. And what's worse, she can't stop absorbing energy, which means she'll be destroyed as well. We gotta stop this right now. Rainbow Dash and Mr. Smooth try charging the dome, but the force from it won't let them go any further, even with Dash's super speed, and they end up being blown back as well. Applejack picks up a large chunk of crystal and runs towards the light. She presses the crystal against it like some form of shield, but her strength just isn't enough to get through. The crystal just ends up breaking and AJ gets thrown back too. Rarity uses a diamond shield to push against the dome, but it can't go further and shatters. Rarity. It's too strong. Rainbow Dash. We can't get near that thing. What are we gonna do? Sarah Sweet. We have to do something. In the bush, Sunburst and Stormflare have been watching the girl's dilemma, and they both seem worried for Starlight. The Starburst looks as if he has an idea. He reaches into a check and pulls out Starlight's notes. As he looks into them, he has realization. Fluttershy. Discord, do you have any suggestion? Professor Discord. What would you have me do? Just snap my fingers and everything goes back to normal? This is beyond my level of expertise. Twilight Sparkle. Worried. Somebody think of something. Starlight's body's gonna tear itself apart. You need to save her now. Sunburst. I got it. The girl turns around and sees Sunburst Stormflare approaching. I know how to stop this. Twilight Sparkle. How? Sunburst. I've been going through Starlight's notes, and I believe I've come up with something that might work. Do you still have the safety bar? Twilight shows him the bar, still in her hand. It is that one component that limits the flow of magic into this world. You need to put it back, but that won't be enough. You need a catalyst to steady energy fluxes, something unique to the device it goes to. Twilight then has a realization, and pulls out her half of her magic spectrometer. Now smiling with a spark of hope, Twilight levitates both it and the safety bar. She takes her device apart and adds them to the bar. With the magic boost she got from Starlight, she makes a little flat on the tip of her finger and uses it as a wielding tool. When she finishes, she has successfully combined both components. Twilight Sparkle. Would this do? Sunburst. Yes. With this, you'll be able to bypass the energy field surrounding them. Just reattach it to the device and it'll stabilize Starlight's condition. Twilight Sparkle. I understand. I'll do it. Twilight turns and starts walking towards the dome. Before she can go any further, Pharynx runs up to her and grabs her by the arm. Pharynx. Whoa, what are you? Crazy? You can't go in there. Twilight Sparkle pulls her arm away. I have to, Lemon says. But Twilight, what if this doesn't work? Twilight Sparkle, it doesn't matter. Starlight is in there. All she wanted was to be happy and to laugh with good friends. She doesn't deserve a fate like this, and I have to be the one to save her from it. Stormy Flare, I can't believe you're doing all this for Starlight. But what does it have to be you? Twilight Sparkle, because she is my student, my rival, my friend. She continues walking, holding out the newly made device in her hand. Sunset runs up to her and grabs her wrist. Sunset Shimmer, that doesn't mean you have to do it alone. They smile at each other and proceed walking. They get close enough and hold out the device. They part the energy and create a slight cavity in the dome. They keep walking as the space becomes bigger, but the force is too powerful for them to keep going. So they each cast a shield in front of them for cover, but they only help slightly. Applejack, we gotta help. Come on, girls. The Crystal Prep Girls watch the rest the Crystal Prep Girls watch as the rest of the Humane 7 run to help their friends. They all gather up behind the two, with Applejack in front, of course, and start pushing each other forward. They keep going towards Starlight until the space becomes a tunnel of light. It stretches longer with each step. They are halfway there when both shields start to fade. Sunset Shimmer, guess our 5-minute boost is up. The shields are gone, and the 7 girls start sliding backwards a bit, just struggling to stay put. But then they feel something pushing up against them from behind. They look back and see it is the 5 Shadow Ball girls. And it goes up. Thought you could use a hand. Sugarcoat, she's her friend too. They all smile and continue onward. Now with more effort, the 12 girls find it easier getting closer to the center. Meanwhile, since Starlight continues unleashing energy, and Cinch is still holding up her shield to block it. Since Starlight and Cinch's shields are getting cracked up a lot. Starlight is unaware of her friends coming up from behind. The energy blows harder on them the closer they get, but they won't yield. Finally, they get to Starlight. Sunset goes for her right side, and Twilight to her left. Sunset grabs her forearm, and Starlight turns her head and notices her. With all her strength, Twilight manages to thrust her stabilizer onto Starlight's generator, and twists into place. Starlight feels something strange, and everyone is consumed in a great big light. Outside, the dome begins to shrink, and Cinch becomes free as the light passes over her. But she becomes curious to see the light dome has shrunk down to a large sphere with 13 silhouettes in the center. The Humane 7 and Shadow 6 are flowing inside the light sphere. Starlight and the Humane 7 start glowing in their natural colors. Bits of the magic comes off of them and go around the inside of the sphere. They burst off of them when they come back around, including the Shadow 6, and they start to glow as well. Starlight looks out to both Twilight and Sunset, smiling at her. The two give her a big hug. Her cracks close up completely, and her eyes stop glowing. Touched by this, she smiles back and joins in on the hug. Suddenly, screen light images appear on the inner light wall, showing the girls most of Equestria, along with moments with Princess Twilight, her friends, and the other ponies. From Friendship is Magic. Twilight Sparkle, is that us? They seem very moved and astounded by these images. Sunny Flare, teary-eyed, it's beautiful. Starlight looks at the cliffs with inspiration. Sorry, Glimmer, I understand. Meanwhile, outside, Cinch is still in a quandary on what's happening. She breathes heavily as she changes to being fairy and decides to attack the sphere. The big magic blast she gives hit it, but has no effect. As it gives out, the silhouette's eyes open with a white glow and they all turn, looking at Cinch. This makes her a bit jumpy. Then the colored magic seeps out the sphere and rotates around at top speeds, and the whole thing goes up in a flash of light. Cue transformation sequence. Sugarcoat is floating with Applejack. Applejack magically changes to elf she wore in Forgotten Friendship. I don't think I ain't watched that yet. The magic infused with Sugarcoat allows her to pony up. Her hair gets long and forms a ponytail. She gets a magical orange geo with a firecracker on it and a crystal guardian outfit similar to Applejack's. Instead of green and brown like AJ's, it is purple and yellow. Applejack and Sugarcoat voices. Honesty! Sour Sweet is falling with Fluttershy, and the same thing happens to them. With Sour Sweet having crystal wings, a pink geo with a heart on it, and an aqua and pink outfit. Fluttershy and Sour Sweet voices. Kindness! With Lemon Sass and Pinkie Pie, she gets a green geo with the lemon slots on it and a green and yellow outfit. Pinkie Pie and Lemon Sass voices. Laughter! For Sunny Flare, a purple geo with the sun on it and a purple and blue outfit. Rarity and Sunny Flare Voices. Generosity! Nickelsack, a yellow geo with a lightning bolt, and a blue, red, and yellow apple with crystal wings. Rainbow Dash and Nickelsack. Voices. Loyalty. Twilight Sparkle, Sunset Shimmer, and Starlight Glimmer. Magic! Starlight ponies up, gets a lavender geo with a glimmer on it. A lavender and teal combined version of both Sunset and Twilight's outfit, and her hair changes from old straight bangs to her new front curl. The sphere is now gone, and 13 friends are powered up, flung with a bright light radiating off of them. Everyone looks up to them in disbelief, including Cinch, but she quickly shakes it off and fires another energy blast at the girls. But Starlight fires a beam of her own at the other, and they are both at a stalemate. Then the other girls fly around, start holding hands, and form an outline of a heart with Starlight in the center, and Twilight on the top and Sunset on the bottom. An aura of corals manifests within the heart. Twilight Sparkle. Friendship, Sunset Shimmer, is, Glimmer, magic. Each of the girls emit a beam of their own colors under Starlight's teal laser, and a spark streams down the beam, making it rainbow colored. It gets to the end and starts pushing back on Cinch's magic. She tries as she might with all her strength, but she can't keep it from getting close to her. It comes right in front of her hands as she struggles to succumb. But her efforts are in vain as the magic blast consumes her. As the attack goes on, crystals start rapidly growing on the device, still on Starlight's harness. Then there is a big blast of blinding light from the final blow, consuming everything. It destroys many crystal trees and mounds, and creates cracks in dark crystal covering the school before shattering completely. When the light finally goes out, the students and classrooms run out and gather back at the foyer. The 13 girls descend down to the ground. The Humane 7 stand perfectly, while the Shadow 6 fall to the ground. While in the main foyer, the big crowd looks as the crystal wall block the entrance cracks up, and immediately turns to dust. The Humane 7 help the Shadow 6 up. The Crystal Prep girls are astounded by their new outfits and geodes. Sunset and Twilight help Starlight up, and the other three give a big hug. And all three give a big hug. Starlight Glimmer. Thank you. Twilight Sparkle. Don't thank us. Thank him. Starlight. He runs up towards Starlight. Starlight Glimmer. Sunburst. She breaks up from the two and runs as well. The two old friends come together for a great big hug. Sunburst. Ow, ow, ow! Pushes her away gently and looks down at Mason to what it was I was poking at him. What's that? Starlight looks down what Sunburst is staring at, and it's just a surprise. She turns it off her harness and reveals it to be a crystal heart. Starlight, Sunburst, and their friends look upon the heart and see that the magic reactor, the safety bar, and the spectrometer are encased inside. Everyone walks out the school and sees the courtyard, now covered with crystal stalagmites that are now smooth, and are in different shades of red, purple, blue, and white. The sky begins to clear, and the sun seeps out of the clouds. As it does so, Sunburst examines the heart and Starlight removes the harness. She looks at school and is dumbfounded what she sees. Not long, her friends turn and look in shock at what she's looking at as well. Rarity. Oh my stars. Even the changelings, the animals, Spike, now Dorax's arms, Flash Sentry, Stormy Flare, and Mr. Smooth step forward, wide-eyed at the sight. Curious to what everyone is looking at, the students, faculty, the school heads, Shining Armor, and Randolph, seeing to his mistress, turn around and are in complete awe. The plaza is made crystal purple, similar to the castle of the Crystal Empire. The walls are covered in white crystal with blue checkered patterns. The strike edges are glazed over, spiral-like pillars, and a diamond-shaped headpiece on the top. While everyone looks at the new look of the school, Starlight would hear a faint sound. She turns around and sees the smoking Cinch crawling out the small crater. She looks to see what has happened to her school. Then she looks down in fright to know Starlight is looking at her. She tries getting up and falls down again. Starlight then becomes angry and teleports away, much to her friend's surprise. She appears right in front of Cinch, sticks her hand at her, and the magic beam just sparks in her palm. Twilight Sparkle. Starlight! Everyone takes notice of this, and they gather together. The girls, the changelings, and the school occupants, but stop at distance from them. All of them with a worried expression on their faces. Starlight just stares down at her with anger. The energy in her glows bright and crackling. Principal Cinch looks up in fright, and tries blocking with her own arms as cover for good measure. But in time, looking at her scared foe as Tony slowly turns Starlight's anger to sorrow. The magic in her hand dies out and she lowers it. Cinch looks at her in utter confusion, breathing heavily. Principal Cinch, I don't understand. You could have finished it. You could have won! Sorry, Glimmer. No, I don't want to win this way. In fact, I don't want to win at all. I'm through fighting. I'm through with arguing. I'm through with dominance. All I ever wanted was to be accepted as somebody's equal. But I ended up thinking I was more equal than they are. I chose to grow bitter, and run away. But now I see that one way or another, I still have a chance to make it right and let others into my life, as my friends. Now I'm offering you the same chance. I can fix all the mess I've made. I can restore your life to what it once was. Now's our chance to start all over. That is, if you let me. Starlight offers her hand out. Cinch becomes hesitant and looks at Starlight, smiling at her. So she raises her hand, but gets it way above Starlight's. The whole crowd, even Starlight's new friends, are delighted at her action. But Cinch takes a good long look at Starlight's hand, and slowly becomes enraged. She snaps away her hand, and gets up. Principal Cinch, equals? With you? Preposterous! You destroy my reputation, and now you expect me to let you fix it? You're just as filthy and devious as those Cantillite watercoats. I don't need you. All I need are gullible people who accomplish any task when you got power of the futures. Smile menacingly. I will be the one to bring Crystal Prep back to its former glory, and my influence will spread throughout the city and later the world. I will ridicule every strand of evidence against me, and you will take the fall for my misfortunes. This school is nothing without me. We will reign superior to all, and crush those who dare stand against us. The French gates will start again, and we will win. We always win! Starlight and everyone else seemed devastated at what the half-crazed principal just said. Starlight immediately changes to a look of disappointment, turns around, and slowly walks slowly towards her friends. Cinch surprised to seeing her just walking away without looking back. She looks around and sees the same looks on everyone's faces. The changelings, the shadows, the faculty members, the animals, Princess Celestia, Vice Mister Luna, Incaden, Shining Armor, Spoiled Rich, Rosetta, Stormy Flare, Vicious Smooth, Spike, Last Century, Sunburst, May 7, and the rest of the Shadow 6. She looks back at Starlight and still cannot believe she would turn her back on her without saying a word. Realizing she has no allies and her life is ruined, she blames Starlight for everything. She becomes furious and is about to clench her fist, until a small spark appears in her hand just a bit. She looks down and surprised to see that her hand is generating more and more sparks. She looks at Starlight and delivers a wicked smile. She tries putting more energy sparks in her hand. Twilight notices this, so she squints her eyes to see what is happening. Finally, Cinch builds up enough energy to form a ball of magical energy flowing in her palm. Twilight is shocked to realize what Cinch is about to do. Cinch, nothing but the past! Starlight is already halfway to her friends when she hears Cinch calling her out. Before she can respond to it, Cinch is ready to fire a magical laser bolt. At the same time, Twilight jumps in the air and starts to fly. Cue slow motion sequence. Starlight tries turning around, but the bolt is moving so fast she might not do anything to counter it. Meanwhile, Twilight is flying desperately to Starlight, hoping she can do something to stop it. All this is happening in the Falcon Crystal Heart, still in Sunburst's hands. The beam is drawing near, as Twilight is trying to land down right close to Starlight and in front of the beams. In slow motion sequence, Twilight lands down and spreads her arms out as she gets in the way. Twilight sparkle. No! The bolt stops just inches away from Twilight, right when Starlight finally turns around. Twilight, Starlight, Cinch, their friends, even the whole crowd are completely shocked to see what's happening. The bolt is still sparkling and crackling in midair, unable to move. Twilight lowers her arms and turns around to Starlight in confusion. Twilight sparkle. Starlight? Sorry, Glimmer. It's not me. Suddenly, colored lights are shining behind Starlight. Everyone looks and sees the crystal heart in Sunburst's hands is currently radiating rainbow-colored lights. Looking back at the bolt, the streak of energy goes down the beam, turning it from grayish-pink to rainbow colors. Sprinkle Cinch depressed. No. 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 That's not fair. Professor Discord. Well, Abby? She notices Professor Discord casually saying just this from her side. Those are the two golden rules that you refuse to learn. 1. Life is not fair. And 2. You can't always have things exactly your way all the time. Then suddenly the bolt boat swings back in the opposite direction. Cinch is surprised to see the boat is coming straight at her. The boat hits her and she goes down. She falls to the ground, twitching and flailing while being electrocuted by the energy from the bolt that hit her. When it is over, she gets to her knees, groaning from the pain. She puts the left hand on her face, but when she removes it, she, along with everyone else, is horrified to see energy streaking down Cinch's left hand, turning into solid crystal. She gets up and notices that other parts of her are turning into crystal, and is spreading. Professor Discord. Wow! Told ya. Cinch is panicking over her fate, so she looks at the girls. She tries walking towards them, but her left leg has already turned into crystal, while the joints on her right leg are already stiffening. She tries reaching out them with her right hand. Princess Cinch struggling. Help me! So the girls just back away slightly with fright, unable to help her. Cinch is now stuck in that pose, and the only parts of her left for the crystal to spread are her face and right arm. She struggles in pain to keep her fleshy parts in the crystal. No! The crystal is successfully spread, and any sign of flesh in Cinch's body is gone. Everyone is completely stunned with horror. Dr. Hoofs. Great wickering stallions! Abigail Cinch is now a crystal statue. Wait, where did he come from? With the expression of fear falls on her face. Sunny flare. I guess the magic furniture just isn't for everybody. How about Jack? Boy, you said it. The moment of silence is broken by the sound of a faint clap. Everyone turns and can see it's Double Diamond that is clapping. Then Tinkerbell starts clapping, and then Party Favor and Night Glider. Pretty soon, everyone, students, faculty, even a changing monk, start clapping with a Humane 7 and the Shadow 6. The girl starts feeling happy that the entire choir is cheering for them. To be continued. Hold on, folks. The battle may be over, but the story is not yet finished. Stay tuned, for we are drawing close to the final conclusion of Starlight's story. I just want to remind everyone again that I have been working on this fanfiction before Season 6 was released. I came up with the scene way before the Season 6 finale, so I was unaware that changelings transform, and Queen Princess refused Starlight's friendship at the time. I would also like to apologize to everyone for cramming so many climaxes in this one scene. There were so many to work with, I didn't know which ones I really needed. In celebration, I have posted this chapter on the second anniversary of when I first published this fanfic. There are only 2 more chapters until the end, and I plan on finishing them off this year. So, happy anniversary, everybody! Wow, it's been a long while since I've done like a 2-part thing. So, until next time, 2 more chapters to go. As she said, yay, or they said, yay.